This is the Weight of War project for the Old Penitentiary. Intended as an interactive exhibit piece, it is meant to both show what it was like to be a soldier during World War I, with a physical pack for the players to try on, and also tell about some local history and the story of Private Thomas Nybar, the first Idaho recipient of the Medal of Honor. As the narrative designer for the project, Matt Marquart's job was to try and tell that story within the functional constraints set by the client, as well as maintaining historical accuracy. When the player loads in, they are first met with the notice board offering the two versions of the game, the short campaign and the long campaign, and a narration plays to explain the purpose of the simulation. The short campaign has a time-limited packing sequence for situations such as class trips, so as many students as possible may try the simulation, and it also makes it more likely that more of the scenarios might be seen, as players may miss items during the time limit. The long campaign has no time limit, and the player is free to take time and examine each of the items on the table at their leisure before continuing. The art team, Scown, Chris Dahrens, and Dakota Kimble did excellent work on these models and scenes to really bring the project to life. Players may interact with and read descriptions for each of the items in the packing scene. Items have unique narration when interacted with, and Kiser, the sound designer for the project, used Foley to create realistic sounds for the objects as well. John also did the music for the experience.
Trusty pistol. Always important to have a sidearm.
The progression of the game is based on what items the player has packed. While some items are not critical, others are. These items reflect some of the historical experiences of Nybar, the narrative focus of the project. The critical items are the socks, the gas mask, the med kit, and the pistol. Scenes progress based on which critical items the player packs. If all are packed in the short version of the game, the player is taken to the final scene, which provides a summary of the events that took place. In the long version, each successful scene will play in order, all the way up to the resolution. If the player is missing an item, the first failed scenario is the one that is played, and the experience ends. There is a success and failure scene and narration for each scenario based on the player's packed items. Matt Morris, the programming lead for the project, did a lot of work on the code side of things to make all of this function. The project has come together nicely under the leadership of the project lead, Mike Chaves, and represents the comprehensive efforts of a talented team to realize a goal and make a high-quality exhibit piece for the clients.